Welcome to today's episode. My name is Anastasia, and today we're talking about allergies. There is a lot of talk about allergies for clients, but I want to talk about nail technicians. I have a special guest today, Michelle Lopez. Michelle has 17 years of experience in the medical field. She now works at dermatologist office, Glazer Dermatology, here in Park Ridge, Illinois, and she is a surgical tech. So let's start this conversation. Michelle, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I wanted to talk about allergies for nail technicians. You know, COVID brought so many self-taught nail techs who learned how to do nails at home on themselves. They bought very unprofessional products from Amazon, and now they have allergies and stuff like that.
Right.
And I want to skip these people. I want to talk about professionals who know what they do, who take professional trainings, but they still develop allergies even though they protect themselves as much as it's possible. However, there is many problems the nail technicians have.
Right.
And first, I wanted to start with, how do we recognize that this is an allergy? What are the symptoms?
So allergies just in general, and then allergies as being a nail tech is totally different. So allergies in general are just going to be your common allergies: runny nose, runny nose, itchy eyes, sore throat, cold-like, flu-like symptoms. That's going to be your actual allergies that people get allergies to pollens, molds, the seasonal stuff.
Many things.
People come in all the time in our office like, oh my God, I have these allergies. Like, okay, fine, but that's just not an actual reaction to something. Now, as far as being diagnosed with an actual reaction to the daily stuff that you guys use on a daily basis, it's totally different. We see people come in all the time, itchy eyelids, swollen faces, their skin is cracking off their hands, their skin is bleeding off their hands, their skin is just peeling back, like they just can't put them in water, there's just burns. And just to diagnose that is just, if you take an allergy medication and that actually goes away and cures your symptoms, fine, it was an actual allergy. If you're having a reaction, it's going to persist. It's going to persist for 3 to 4 to 5 days. It's going to be a swollen face. It's just not going to go away. You're just going to be itchy. Nothing's helping. And then at that point, you just got to come in and see a dermatologist to make sure nothing else is going on. So you just got to come see us and see what's going on.
And you know that I would always think that if I'm a nail tech, the allergy I'll get is my hands, because that's what I'm touching stuff. And now you're telling me that there's eyes and the face can go there too.
There's actually something called eyelid dermatitis. There's called contact dermatitis. There's eczema. There's so many different things. People don't realize that when people come into the office, and especially with the eyelid dermatitis, people come in and their eyelids are just itchy, flaky, red, they're swollen all around the eyelids to here sometimes. Or even it can come down on the face. The first question we ask, did you get your nails done?
Wow.
Did you get your nails done? Because people don't realize those dip powders, the gel powders, the acrylics, the gel X, all the stuff that you use is just a factor. If they're doing something you haven't used, or they're using a different product from a different country or whatever the case may be, and you're done and you're doing this as they're like doing your nails, and we get itches when we do our nails, got all that stuff flying at you. People don't realize there's a lot of things you can catch just from sitting in a nail office, a nail desk. So
you know that we usually tell clients, nail techs get mad when clients touch their hair, because then all this hair on the nails. But now I can tell all the techs, do not touch your face, nothing, not because I will get something on, but because you can actually get
a reaction to your face. People blow up. We see people come in where their eyes are shut. We have people come in where their face is so red, like they're just not going away, and we have to give them shots, like, cortisone shots to go away. Sometimes people need to get on prednisone for this to subside for them. And for their hands, we have to prescribe steroid creams. We have to tell them, wear certain things when you're touching certain things, be conscious of what you're doing. It's crazy stuff, man. You want none of that, guys. None of that.
I know. So let's go a little bit more into details. So nail techs are constantly in contact with so many different things. So many things. And should we be very extremely aware when we're touching acetone, gels, alcohol, barbicide, all of that? Should
I
we be
would-
protecting hands with gloves
All times.
at all?
I think for you guys, it's just like in a nursing game. We touch so much stuff as well. We wash our hands so much. After every patient, everything we touch, vials, this, that, thousands of things we touch a day, just like you guys. You guys are touching different products every day. You guys are in different, alcohols and stuff like that, cleaning clients' nails. And you guys should be aware of what you're touching, because you guys can get an allergy that you guys never had. It can develop over time. It can be like the irritant contact dermatitis, where, your skin comes very hypersensitive to things and you're like, oh my God, but I used this before. Yeah, but over time it can just happen. And you just got to be aware of what you're touching, benefit for yourself and for your client.
Yeah. And you know that, so I took a couple of the trainings, Nail Tech Health, and they always recommend to put on latex gloves, because latex is the thickest.
Right.
And when I'm opening the bottle or like I'm doing nails,
Right.
and I see a teeny tiny lint on my brush, I'm just gonna go with my fingers and take it. Barely someone will grab a napkin, clean it. Like, I would just take it with my fingers. Or
Right.
some techs, even when they want to get very close to the cuticle,
Yeah.
they're gonna put gel
On the
color
glove.
on the glove
I
over
see that,
here,
yes.
because it's closer to get it.
Yep.
So that from this point, we're like, okay, latex is the thickest, so that's what we're using. But it's allergen too.
Yeah, we don't use any type of latex. There's so many people that are allergic to latex. They're allergic to adhesives. Like adhesives and latex is just a no-go in the medical field no more. There's people that come in and, no, don't use latex. I'm allergic, highly allergic. I'm highly allergic to Band-Aids and adhesives. People come in with these raw rashes when we use Band-Aids or adhesives on it. Even an allergy to the latex because of the powder that's in it. And for you guys shouldn't be using it either, because as thick as it is, it's still not going to give you that barrier you need anyways.
Yeah.
So you should just use non-latex gloves.
Yeah, but the vinyl or nitrile gloves, they dissolve from the
Right.
from the acetone.
Double glove. Double glove, girl.
Or use e-file and do not soak anything.
Yeah.
Avoid contact with acetone.
And just make sure you're conscious of just not using just like the hand sanitizers every day. Yeah, they say use hand sanitizer after every client, but again, that's going to eat up your skin too. You want to make sure you're using something that's comfortable for your skin. Get like a Cetaphil face wash or something like that, but use it as a hand wash. Make sure it's
more gentle.
more gentle on your hands. They got the Aveeno's face wash. Use that as a hand thing. We use that at our job instead of using that good old hand sanitizer. It eats up our skin, and you just gotta switch over to a nice gentle one, because you guys are in the same boat as we are. So it's like a common thing here, girl.
Yep. So we know that gloves are not protecting us 100%.
Right.
Do you think we should be looking for specific components of certain gels or products that we're using?
Well, actually, I think you should be watching on what you're using, depending on, what kind of gels, where they're coming from, what additives it has in the gels, because some people could just be allergic to the most random thing on earth.
Yeah.
Like, we see this all the time. People want to know what they're allergic to, but you just got to go through so many things. You got to get patch testing done. You got to get 100 pokes on your back. You got to see an allergist, all this crazy stuff. It's easy enough to sit down, get your nails on, ask what they're using on you. Ask what the process is. Just ask questions. So many people just sit there and just do my nails. And then if they get a reaction later on, they're calling the salon and complaining when it's not even your fault.
No.
It's their fault because they're not educating themselves on getting their nails done.
Gels can cause allergies.
Yes.
Gloves can cause allergies. Anything, basically. When we're talking about the allergic reactions and health of the nail technician, do you think that breathing in the dust, the fumes, and all that is very harmful for the nail technician as well?
I mean, of course. I mean, that thing is blowing up in your nose. I mean, beneficial. Like, even if you got the fans that you guys got on your desk is really good, because, I mean, at least it's sucking it down and not going up, where sometimes, I see the nail techs sitting there doing the nails, and I see all the dust on her face, and I'm like, man, you're going home with
Everywhere.
that, and it's everywhere, and I don't think it's just healthy for them to breathe in all that stuff. Again, you're doing gel X, you're doing acrylics, you're doing the gels, you're doing the no chips,
Yep.
you're doing all this extra stuff on people's nails, and just not realizing it's hard for yourself to breathe in. You know, you can do it every day, and then out of nowhere you get an allergy. It's like, wait, what's
Yeah.
going on? And it happens.
And we have only two lungs, but
Literally. Yeah.
it's not like
2 lungs.
a nail to change.
Right. No, it's something that you just gotta be mindful of, and you gotta just keep wearing the mask. And you see nail techs sitting there and just drilling away, and it's going in people's faces and certain salons, but you just gotta be cautious.
That was me breathing in all this stuff. But I was wearing mask all the time because I'm like, oh my God, this dust. You can feel it in your nose.
Right, you see it on your little peaches fuzz. You see that little peach fuzz when, you know, the nail techs are like, ooh, you know, it's crazy. That peach fuzz be real on them nail techs. You gotta make sure to get that dermaplaning.
And you know what? That a lot of nail techs, mostly my students, they have bad vision. And they're wearing contact lenses when they're doing nails.
Dry out. And you got to be cautious of that. Again, it goes back to the eyelid dermatitis. It comes back to the contact dermatitis. It comes back to all the dermatitis. There's so many different varieties of an allergy. There's so many different dermatitis. There's so many different eczemas. There's so many things that they can just go wrong and they can get.
Crazy. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God, all this dust flies into your contact lens.
Then you can't
it sits there all day.
Yeah.
We know so much already. But for example, I know if I'm going to cut myself, it's going to bleed. So I better not cut myself.
No.
Is there anything we can do to not develop these allergies?
No. If an allergy is going to come, it's going to come. There's no way to just say, you know what, let me prevent my allergies. Let me prevent me getting allergic to anything. No, it's not going to happen. I mean, people take allergy medicine on a daily basis because they don't want their allergies to be so prominent. They don't want it to be so like, oh my God, my nose is running, my eyes are itchy. People think I'm sick. You know, people are going to be like, oh my God, wear a mask, you're sick.
Especially after the COVID.
All this crazy stuff. No, girl, it's the pollen outside that I'm allergic to. This is why my nose is running. And people just got to be mindful. An allergy is not going to stop. If it's going to come, it's going to come. You can use something every day that you've been using for 20, 30 years. All of a sudden, boom, you got an allergic reaction.
Wow.
It just happens. There's nothing to prevent it. Nothing. You can take allergy medicine. You can be the most healthiest person on earth, and boom, come in. You got an allergy. People are allergic to the sun. We have patients that come in that are allergic to the sun. Yes.
Never even thought that can be a thing. Wow.
It's called PLME. Yes.
One of my students told me that her client is allergic to gel.
Okay.
But she can get acrylic nails. She's not allergic to whatever's acrylic. She's allergic to gel, right? And the tech is not doing acrylic nails. And the client really loves this tech and only wants to get her nails done with her. So it's the fault of both of them, I think.
Right.
But do you think that's okay when a nail tech has Benadryl or Allegra pills and gives it to her client before the appointment?
No. If she's allergic to something, she's allergic to something. There's no way you're going to prevent it. Yeah. If she breaks out, then she's going to be calling you and asking you questions. Hey, what was in that? Da-da-da. What's the additives? Why did I break out? I thought I never broke out before. It can happen. You know, it goes back to the irritant contact dermatitis where people can just be hypersensitive to things that they never been hypersensitive to. You just got to be cautious about that because people could say, oh, no, I'm fine. I took a pill. That pill ain't going to prevent the allergy. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. What do we do as babies? We introduce things to see if you're allergic to it, right? But over time, it can decrease that allergy. But sometimes it just, I don't know, boom, it pops out again.
Wow.
Nothing you can do.
And I also think it's kind of illegal to give a client a pill.
Yeah, we don't even know. You don't give nobody medicine. No, they want medicine. They come in, take it yourself. be on your merry way. Yeah, even with patients, we have to document it. We have to say, what are you giving this patient? You know, you can't just,
Yeah,
you
here
got
you
a
go.
headache. No, it doesn't work like that. I mean, even in the medical field, people are crazy enough to be like, just give me that pill. No, it's fine. You don't know what you're getting. There's so many different things out there. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
That's what my reaction was to my student. I was like, you should not do that.
No,
Like,
not at all.
you're going to get yourself in trouble.
100%. Because what about if
A client dies, God forbid, and then you were the last person who gave her some pill,
Right.
proof that this was Allegra or
Right.
something.
And they come in so many different generic names, bottles, colors, shapes, forms. Like, it's just a no-go.
Crazy.
No go.
Crazy. Ooh.
Yeah, no-go. You can give a patient a pill, a client a pill. I'm like, oh, this is Allegra. And they're like, well, mine don't look like that. Of course, because you don't know where I got mine from.
And if I would be a client, I would be scared to take a pill from
Yeah, no.
someone else.
I don't know what you want to take.
Why do I know what you put in that bottle, you know?
What? Yeah, nowadays, this is the city of Chicago, guys.
Welcome, very friendly city.
Chi-town?
Oh my God. You know that a lot of nail techs have kids.
Right.
And I have a child too. And after work, I'll go home. He misses me. He didn't see me all day. And I was
Yeah.
filing nails all day. First thing, he wants to give me a hug.
Right.
Do you think that nail techs can go out with whatever they had dressed up at work? They can come home, lay on the couch, hug their kids? Like, this is okay?
I don't think so for you guys, because in my opinion, you guys have so much dust on you when you guys leave. Even when you guys sit up from the tables, you're dusting yourself off of just after that one client, and you're doing multiple clients. So just imagine the accumulation of dust that you guys have on you. And then you're taking that home to your child, that's a baby, that's a, who knows, whatever the age is. They're inhaling of what you were doing at work.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to them getting an allergy. What about if they break out in a rash? You're like, oh my God, why does my kid have a rash? And you're wondering, where did it come from? Mom, you could have created it.
Oh my God.
You could have gave that to that kid. Yeah, it's a no-go. Change your clothes. Just goes with us. We come home in scrubs. We have to change our clothes from the scrubs because we were dealing with patients, blood, needles, different things that we had to do, you know? No. Change your clothes.
Every time. And I always wear long sleeve at work. Just to not have this dust on my skin, on my hands.
Yeah, because then you start itching and you got all that stuff. Yeah, no. Yeah,
Preventing ourselves as much as we can.
Yeah, 100%, because that's a lot of stuff that you guys deal with too. It's a lot of stuff that flies around.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of my students told me about this thing that there are some components in acrylics, gels, nail products, or beauty products that if you develop an allergy to later on when you're older and you need a hip replacement or a knee replacement, it's that part of the replacement is made of similar components, and then your body will reject that.
Oh, wow.
Do you think that?
No. Girl. Orthopedic, on the orthopedic standpoint, where I used to work in the same pod with orthopedics, they use so many different things. It can go to titanium. It can go to just metal. I mean, I think all of them now are titanium, where a lot of people have like a non-allergy to it. I mean, they use so many different things. I don't think they're going to put plastic in you, but no.
Yeah.
No, there's so many things for everybody. But
And I think I'm hoping before the procedure, people will ask if you have allergies, and you tell them that I'm a nail tech, or used to be a nail tech, and I had allergies, like my hands or eyelids, whatever, right? Dermatitis. Then the doctors would put something made of a different material on you, right?
And sometimes it does happen where body parts, when you get them replaced, they do want to reject. And it's a foreign object going into your body. So your body is trying to like fight this foreign object because they don't know what it is. So over time, it's just like, you got to get give your body time to know what's in there, what's a new, hey, this is a new friend that's coming along, you know, and you just got to give it time but sometimes it does reject. It
Because
does
I read,
push it out.
I know. I was just
Push it out.
recently getting an implant in my tooth, and I read a lot of articles
Yep.
that was saying the same thing. So I freaked out for a little bit, but I'm like, okay, I don't have so far any allergies to any nail products, or like at work did not develop any yet. But I'm like, oh.
Yeah, there's so, like I said, there's so many different things out there now. Like there is like titanium they use, I believe, for a lot of body parts, but it all just depends on the person. I mean, everybody is different. Every human, you know, everybody has different issues. Everybody's body is not going to respond to the same things. Like your body, my body, maybe if I got something replaced, my body will reject it. Maybe your body rejects it. It's just the same thing like with an organ. Sometimes organs get rejected. You know, it's just circle of life. You just don't know what's going to happen. But they use a lot of different things now. Different world.
Thanks God, we do not have to worry at least about that.
I don't think you're getting anything replaced right now, girl. You're too young for that.
I don't know. It looks like I need more tooth implants, but whatever. That was an amazing conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to sum up a little bit and to remind everyone that be mindful of everything.
Yes, 100%. Be mindful. Be cautious of what you're using on a daily basis. Just know what you're touching, because so many people come into our offices and they expect us to, boom, let us tell you what you're allergic to. It doesn't work like that. You have to backtrack. What did you use? Did you use anything new? What did you touch? Where did you go? What did you eat? What did, you know, all kinds of things, because we're never going to sit there and be like, you're allergic to this. It doesn't work like that. Be mindful on a daily basis of what you're using.
See, guys, be mindful.
Yes.
Take care 100%. Of yourself, of your clients.
Yes.
Thank you, Michelle, so much for coming in. Reminding you that Michelle Lopez is an entrepreneur, a surgical tech. She has 17 years of experience in the medical field. If you have any questions, you can hit her in Instagram, in the DM. I'm going to leave her information down below. And if you need a referral to see a dermatologist, you now have a person you can ask for.
Just hit my DM.